For mental peace this month, name and communicate with your higher self. For emotional peace this month, travel, whether physically or in your mind. For physical peace this month, focus on healing, growing, and fixing anything in your life that is not working, and drawing wisdom from these experiences. For spiritual peace, start a new story and leave the past behind. Here are all of these cards together. Do you notice patterns, repetition, or anything that comes to your intuition that you feel is important with just looking at these cards? The main colors are also telling us that a lot of this work is going to come from the intuition or brow chakra and our crown chakra, or our focus of spirituality and our higher self, as stated in this card. For mental peace, have you ever worked with your higher self? Is this a new concept to you, or is this old hat? Maybe you've had something that has kind of felt like that. And so this is an opportunity to really pump up your communication and connection with your higher self. And specifically, naming your higher self allows you to interact with that part of you that is wise, that has gone through the trials and tribulations of life, and specifically your life, and understands what you need to do. One of my friends has a practice where she will ask her higher self, just what is the next step? And even that can give a huge amount of freedom and help to life when there is just massive amounts of confusion. And when we're naming our higher selves, we are really looking at that as, it's not an entity outside of ourselves because it's part of ourselves, but we can kind of look at it as an entity that can enhance our life that is outside of our normal mode of thinking. So for instance, my higher self's name is Oi Shaloiloi. My inner child's name is E Shalili. So just saying those things kind of pumps up my energy. They're so silly that instantly I become a little bit more lighthearted, even if I'm having a hard time, just because I am either saying those names to myself or saying them out loud when I am looking to draw wisdom or to comfort, for instance, my inner child. When we're working with our higher selves, it gives us a chance to get outside of our ego-based or small-minded or limited thinking. And, everyone has those things that are happening to them. Even the most enlightened person is dealing with things that are, coming in as resistance to any any measure of the experiences of the world. Maybe someone who is super enlightened can look at a challenge and easily, not exactly bypass, but easily work with the challenging emotions or thoughts and get to that higher level of thinking or acting very soon. And from the outside, we may look at, oh, well, they don't have inner struggles. But everyone has inner struggles or inner resistance or challenges. It's just the way that some people work with those are essentially better managed, and they're able to get out of their small thinking mind. So it's also a time to recognize, when you're reaching out for wisdom from your higher self, or reaching in for wisdom from your higher self is a better way to put it. You are acknowledging that there are other levels of wisdom that you can access. So you can kind of use this as a tool to say, okay, I'm having limited thoughts, or I'm having small-minded thinking. So I'm going to expand the way that I'm looking at this. And even just that, even the witnessing of your kind of limited thoughts in that moment is a wonderful exercise, because not all the time can we get out of even the kind of mask of that limited thinking. Sometimes we're so attached to that that we don't understand that there's other parts of us and there's other ways of acting and thinking and believing and speaking. And so it's really important to be able to work with these different aspects of ourselves because we all have weaknesses and then we all have strengths. So if you are not a spiritual person, it really doesn't matter. There are just realms of the mind that you can access that are wise, that have been essentially untouched by the challenges and the old stories that you've lived through. And I don't want to jump around too much, but this is very, very tied into this Dream Thief card. The Dream Thief card is all about releasing the old stories. It's releasing the things from the past that have held us back, have, changed our beliefs to be unhealthy, all of that stuff. It's asking us to start a new story. But sometimes we are just like, well, this is my life. This is how I am. This is how it's going to be. And so when we access the part of us that is the higher self, then we can say, okay, we've got some help. We've got some ways where we can get out of this limited um these limited states of being. Okay. Distant shores for emotional peace. The suggestion here is to get out of your normal routine. Get out of town. Get out of your place of living. Get out of your head. Do something different. Mentally, we can get into ruts of familiarity and we can get too comfortable in a way where we're not pushing ourselves to have other experiences. And it's important this month to get out and travel and to get in places where you're around new things, new experiences. Be around people that are different than you. Get out of your normal realm of functioning. And this can also mean mental travel too. If you don't have an opportunity to get out of town or, just kind of be in unfamiliar environments a little bit more, do that in your mind. And if you aren't really into meditation or anything like that, you can do that by reading books or having other experiences where you are using your imagination to travel. I don't really feel like TV is that exactly because we're essentially just witnessing and having having that story, whatever story we're watching, kind of be a catalyst for our thoughts and emotions, which, it's not the worst thing in the world. But when we're reading, we are using our brain more and we are using our imagination. And so what this does is it allows ourselves to kind of look at our lives differently. When we zoom out, it can help us give perspective to our life that can be very, very refreshing. If you are bogged down by details of things that are bothering you or just so involved with the things that you would change about your life or the things that you are going for that are even positive things, it, we can get too close to things sometimes and we can get obsessive and we can get kind of too attached. So, I mean, of course, passion and drive is wonderful and wanting to improve your life and do all those things, that's fantastic. But we can get too close to that stuff. We can get too involved. So get out of your norm, your normal mind. Get out of town and allow yourself some different experiences. Just give yourself a reset. You don't have to do some big thing. It can be just, taking another route home. Change up your routine, change up your familiarity. Spirit Keeper of the North is asking us to do some fine tuning and to make some changes to our life. It's asking you to get into analyzation of what is working in your life and what is not. This can be just your personal life, or it can be your relationships or your professional relationships, professional circumstances like jobs and things like that. So you want to look at, how can I improve things, first of all? And then if things can't be improved, what can I release? What can I just let go of so that I don't have to have some, ongoing tension or unresolved kind of feeling with certain things in your life. It's really important to just do some fixing during this month. Not in like a people pleasing rescue-y way, but in a way where you're really looking at getting your wants and needs met, and looking at, okay, who can really who can answer that call? Who can do that for me where it benefits them? It's not about like controlling people or dominating. It's about having those very compatible, loving relationships or loving situations in your personal and professional life. So fine tune, fix, work on things, and then draw that wisdom from those experiences and just observe how those things have changed things for you. Allow yourself to kind of step back and have that healthy detachment and look at, what are the benefits of this work. All right. Dream Thief. This is a heavy card. This is a powerful card. This is asking you to release unhealthy self-concepts, unhealthy beliefs, unhealthy actions, thought patterns, and ways of communicating. This is a card saying you have to leave your past behind. You have to release these old stories. You have to release these feelings of being damaged by certain experiences. You can say, okay, yeah, that was really intense. I learned a lot from it. I'm going to move on. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to make sure that I care for myself and have the experiences that I want in life. And maybe you're not there yet. That's okay. You just move forward and work on them to make baby steps towards your goals. This is not really about like achieving something big in life. This is taking baby steps towards getting truer and more authentic to your core self. And, everyone, you can't go through childhood without having bad experiences. It's just part of life. And many, many adults have had very, very intense challenges in life. And, humans are badasses. We get through stuff. We're smart, we're resilient. We we can change our minds. Did you know that your brain is constantly changing based on what you think and based on your stress levels? Well, that is absolutely true. So what you want to do is say, okay, this is my old story. This is something that I've experienced for a long time and it's not working. You're doing this work here, and then you're saying, I'm going to move on. And really think about how you want to move on. What is the archetype or mentor, idol that you kind of want to embody in your life? And maybe that's just ideally, that would be just a stronger or wiser or whatever version of you. This isn't trying to be someone else, but you can use people who you idolize or who you look up to act as an example of what kind of person you would like to be. Don't lose your uniqueness. Don't lose you. Keep all of the best parts of you, and then say, okay, how can I enhance myself? How can I be more like the best version of myself and things that I admire about others? Really look at, how can I let my old limited self go? So all of these you know, this is an excellent reading. It's a wonderful reading because it's got some really, really powerful tools to be able to really up your vibration, you know, up your experience of life, optimize and enjoy your life more. This has the potential to be a very, very powerful month. It might not be comfortable all the time, but it is saying, you know, get out of your comfort zone so that you can do the work to have a better life going forward overall for the long-term goal. And really take care. You don't want to waste your life. You don't want to waste your time. Don't hold yourself back and miss your moment. This is your time to get to a better state of being, get to enjoying your life in a better way. Don't sleep through this opportunity. Do this work. And so that you can have a benefit of it, because everyone deserves the best in life. And humans, we have suffered so much through the spans of our existence. We need love. We need peace. We need happiness so we can have a healthy humanity, so that we can have healthy families and healthy businesses and healthy relationships and be filled up so that we can help others who are suffering. You know, the most important thing is caring for yourself and others. So really care for yourself this month. Give yourself kindness, gentleness. Don't beat yourself up. Just say, hey, that was the old me. I'm moving on. I'm moving forward. I'm letting go and I am enhancing my life. So I've started this other section in my readings that I find is interesting. I have a unique way of pulling cards where when I pull the card, or before I pull the card, I close my eyes and a number comes to me. And so I pull that number in the deck, and, you know, people are into numerology. So I thought, hey, I think I will pair these concepts so that we have another layer of meaning to the reading. So check out the numerology section coming up right now. This is our deck. For our highest good and highest good of all, please show us what is our healthiest path to mental peace this month, August 2024. Card number 11. Name your higher self. Powerful stuff. This is our deck. For our highest good and highest good of all, please show us what is our healthiest path to emotional peace in August 2024. Card number 12. Distant shores. This is our deck. For our highest good and highest good of all, please show us what is our healthiest path to peace in August 2024. It's card number 14. Spirit Keeper of the North. This is our deck. For our highest good and highest good of all, please show us what is our healthiest path to spiritual peace in August 2024. Card number 10. Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. I hope this reading has served you well and given you some effective tools to be able to, by the end of the month, kind of maybe feel like a different person, or maybe feel like you've kind of lightened up and let some things go and looking forward towards a new trajectory in life. It's really important for us to let go of our younger selves so that we can grow into the wise, loving, peaceful, kind beings that, if you're watching this video, I know that everyone wants to be. I'm working on it. A lot of people are working on it. So let's work on it together. If there are things that are coming to mind that you would like to share in the comments, let's talk about it. You know, let's get you seen and heard, and let's root you on towards your path of peace and towards getting into functioning more as your higher self. And just please be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up in this process. That's counterproductive. It will do you no good. And if you would like to have a personalized reading from me, I do live video readings. You can schedule them on my website at peaceoracle.com. I've got a bunch of different decks, and I use the deck that will give you the most specific answers for your inquiry. I do readings for any number of reasons. They can be very, very personal, emotional. They can be very mundane and logistical. It's really important to look at, you know, what would you like to know from the invisible realms? What are the hidden wisdoms that you feel like you're missing? A lot of those can pop up during oracle readings, and that is my joy, to be able to essentially unlock an idea and give you the information so that you can go forward in life with deeper understanding of yourself and the world, and deeper peace, and an increase in your tools. You know, everyone has got some very, very wonderful strengths, and I love that the readings that I give add to the strengths that you already have and can give you just some unconventional wisdom towards whatever you're thinking about. And I sincerely mean whatever you're thinking about. There's no incorrect questions in oracle and tarot readings. So take excellent, excellent care. Do your work. It will benefit you maybe more than you can realize right now. Walk in peace, be peace, and feel peace. And I'll see you next month. On your stress level, and looking forward towards a new trajectory.